Texas Sea Grant connects science with the needs of Texas communities to ensure healthy ecosystems, sustainable fisheries and aquaculture, resilient economies, and environmental literacy. Through science, service, and community partnerships, our goal is to help Texas's coastal and marine resources and the people who depend on them to thrive.
Texas Sea Grant supports healthy coastal ecosystems by funding research, restoring habitats, promoting clean practices, and working with communities to protect the Gulf Coast's natural resources.
Texas Sea Grant and Turtle Island Restoration Network share a common mission. We work together to protect the waters of the Upper Texas coast and the Gulf of Mexico. We work together to support the Sea Turtle Hotline and raise awareness about sea turtles, about turtle excluder devices, about sustainable fisheries. They've been an amazing partner, and we're tremendously grateful for their support. Starting in 2014, we became part of the recovery and recycling of monofilament along the Upper Texas coast. And so we currently have about 50% of the fishing line collection tubes in Galveston, and our interns and volunteers help us with collection of hundreds of pounds, if not 1,000 pounds, in the last 11 years.
Texas Sea Grant's Resilient Communities and Economies Focus Area supports Texas coastal communities and industries by working directly with residents, community leaders, and business to develop innovative solutions, sustainable operations, and management approaches that increase resilience to environmental and economic disruptions.
I've been really lucky to attend quite a few workshops and programs that Sea Grant has held. For example, the disaster training course, Home Community Emergency Planning, that Sea Grant held in conjunction with AgriLife. I was able to learn more about how we can prepare our community members, and it's been really great to have a real knowledge backing behind the actions that we take to try to mitigate some of the impacts of disaster. One really exciting collaboration that I worked on with Sea Grant and Magellan was a program called Flood Vision. This program is actually all the way from New Jersey, and so their connections with scientists and members of outreach communities across the country brought this really cool tool where they drove around with basically a Google Maps camera and were able to take images and show how flooding is going to impact certain parts of our community. And they worked really closely with Magellan to bring all sorts of stakeholders in, everybody from community members to government officials to city planning officials. And what was really wonderful was having all of these different members of the public and our stakeholders together talking about flooding, but also having this science-backed tool that shows how we can better plan for impacts on our community from flooding.
One of the ways that Texas Sea Grant has been able to benefit Calhoun County is with a flood sensor project. It is a cooperative partnership between Texas Sea Grant, the Conrad Blucher Institute, AI Institute, and Calhoun County. We have 2 water control sensors in Calhoun County. One is on Ocean Drive along the Matagorda Bay shoreline, and one is up at 6 Mile Park in the northwest corner of Lavaca Bay. Both of these sensors are used to determine when tidal flooding will go over the roadway. The hope is to develop an AI model that will predict when that is going to happen before it happens, so that the county commissioner in that precinct can barricade that road off and prevent people from driving in and either hydroplaning off the roadway into the bay or submerging their car and getting hurt.
There's one project that the county probably didn't anticipate would be that helpful was when Sea Grant, along with our marine agent, put in these tidal height gauges. We have 2 locations here in Calhoun County to measure the tidal heights, and it was originally put in for flooding to see what roads would go over. And we did find out in the last hurricane that it was very valuable information that we seen that the tide was dropping, that the hurricane was no longer coming this direction. To me, that tool could be useful down the range for all the Texas coast.
Texas Sea Grant's Environmental Literacy and Workforce Development Focus Area promotes environmental literacy by supporting students and coastal businesses through scholarships, fellowships, and mentorship opportunities, workforce trainings, and the development of STEM educational programs, tools, and products.
The environmental camp that the YMCA hosts, we're able to serve many children. Many of those children are in our underserved population. We have the opportunity to do activities and things with them that normally these kids would not be able to do at any time. This gives us the opportunity to be able to align with our ISDs and make sure that we're teaching to the state standards.
Camp Seaport is our 501c3 program hosted by the Port of Port Arthur, in which we give local high school students the opportunity to experience a free 5-day camp surrounded by everything maritime. So through Texas Sea Grant programs, we have specialists come in and give those students the opportunity to experience other STEM activities, STEAM-related activities, and education, workforce education. The partnership through Texas Sea Grant and the Port of Port Arthur has sustained for the last 16 years, and we look forward to many more opportunities and many more years to come to continue impacting the lives of students.
Texas Sea Grant's Sustainable Fisheries and Aquaculture Focus Area supports commercial and recreational fisheries, aquaculture operations, and the seafood industry by working directly with stakeholders and promoting sustainable practices that protect marine ecosystems, support food security, and strengthen coastal economies.
In the past, we have worked on a project with Texas Sea Grant in collaboration with another organization called the Gulf States Marine Fisheries Commission, who had this brilliant idea to bring together industry people, academics, federal agency and state agency personnel, and scientific people, all to be in the same room to look into and study the various challenges that are facing the shrimp industry. It was a way to bring people face to face so that we could learn about the issues that they were facing and discover that those challenges that they were facing were very similar and aligned with the challenges that we were facing in our very own state, in our area.
The stakeholders meetings and the better bycatch reduction meetings, they really try to help us find better bycatch reduction devices. They test them for us, and they work with us to try to find a way for us to have more bycatch, or less bycatch, of course, and of course find new equipment that works the best for us. So they're always there ready to help us out, and we're very grateful for them. I mean, we couldn't be out there without them.
So in working with the Texas Sea Grant, I don't think we could have ever had the collaboration or the skill set. I do not have the skill set to do the jobs that they have done. So through this collaboration and working with the marine agents, we've been able to expand, we've been able to offer more programming, do more, receive more funding, and all the great things that come with working with your agents. So I do appreciate everything that Texas Sea Grant has had to offer.
Across Texas's coast, Texas Sea Grant partners with communities to share knowledge, support coastal livelihoods, and protect the way of life that depends on a healthy coast for generations to come. Coastal Science, Community Solutions.